Hello my dear students, welcome back to the third session on coordination compounds. So today we will learn about isomerism. In the donor atom, here nitrogen is the donor atom of nitrito, here oxygen is the donor atom. Stereoisomerism is mainly because of the spatial arrangement of the ligand. So tetrahedral also the coordination number is 4, but tetrahedral will not show geometrical isomerism. Hello my dear students, welcome back to the third session on coordination compounds. Today we learn about isomerism in coordination compounds. So last class we studied about nomenclature of coordination compounds, how exactly we are going to name the anionic complexes, cationic complexes, and also about the neutral complexes we have already studied. So today we learn about isomerism. What do you mean by isomerism? Coordination compounds which have same molecular formula but different structure, also differ in physical and chemical properties, are called as isomers, and this phenomena is called as isomerism. Okay, isomerism in coordination compounds can be classified broadly as stereoisomerism and structural isomerism. Okay, in stereoisomerism it is again further classified as geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. Stereoisomerism means there is a difference in the spatial arrangement of the ligands. What is it? Spatial arrangement of the ligands, there is a difference, but molecular formula is same. Okay, so that kind of isomerism we call it as stereoisomerism. Okay, further geometrical and optical we learn in detail about them. The other type of isomerism is structural isomerism. Here there is a difference in the structure. Okay, further it can be classified as solvate isomerism, linkage isomerism, coordination isomerism, and ionization isomerism. Okay, we'll see what are these one by one. So the first one is structural isomerism. In structural isomerism, first one we have is linkage isomerism. What do you mean by linkage isomerism? Linkage isomerism is shown by ambidentate ligands. Only when there is ambidentate ligands, there is a small change in linkage, which is the atom which is acting as a donor will change because it is an ambidentate ligand, and such isomerism we call it as linkage isomerism. We'll see the definition. Linkage isomerism is a type of isomerism in which two complex compounds differ in donor atom of the ligand. I told you it will differ in donor atom of the ligand. It is shown by complex compound containing ambidentate ligands. You can see here examples. First example, you observe these two complexes. We have cobalt, NH3, that is amine 5, and NO2. Okay, nitrito N, where nitrogen is the donor, whereas and chlorine is the, or chloride ions are the counter ions. Here the comparison we are doing. Cobalt is the metal, NH35, here also you can see NH35, NH35. Here NO2, here we have ONO I have written because here oxygen is acting as the donor. Okay, chlorine again it is same. So if you compare these two structures, they have same molecular formula, correct? Both have same molecular formula, but in what are they differing? In the donor atom. Here nitrogen is the donor atom of nitrito, here oxygen is the donor atom. Similarly, one more example we have cobalt. In both you can see there is cobalt is the central metal atom. You have NH3, you have 5 amine acting as the ligand, okay. Then you have SCN where sulfur is the donor, and NCS I have written where nitrogen is the donor, and chlorine and chlorine. We'll see the structure here. Cobalt, it has got 6 ligands, okay. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 NH3 ligands, and here nitrogen is the donor. So it is penta-amine isothiocyanato cobalt 3, okay. This is the structure where nitrogen is the donor. You'll see the same where sulfur is the donor. You can see 5 amine groups, same cobalt is the central metal atom, and here instead of NCS we have SCN where sulfur is the donor. So this becomes thiocyanato cobalt. I hope I am clear. There is only difference in the linkage. Here nitrogen is the donor, here sulfur is the donor. So they are ambidentate ligands. So because of the presence of ambidentate ligands, there is a change in structure. When you write the structure, you can see there are 2 different ligating atoms in 2 coordination complexes. So this is linkage isomerism. I hope you have understood. Next one, we have ionization isomerism. Okay, ionization isomerism is a type of isomerism in which 2 complex compounds produce different ions in solution form. That means if I take this complex and dissolve it, I will get, if I dissolve this particular one, for example, I will get sulfate ions in my solution, and if I dissolve this complex, I will get chloride ion in my solution. That means you can see here the molecular formula is same, but the one which is acting as a ligand is different, okay. Here chloride is acting as a ligand and sulfate is acting as the counter ion, whereas this one, if you see, sulfate is acting as a ligand and chloride is acting as the counter ion. So molecules, it is same. We have 1 cobalt each, here also 5 amine, here 5 amine, here 1 chlorine, here also 1 chlorine, here 1 sulfate, here also we have 1 sulfate. But which is acting as the ligand and which is acting as the counter ion, there is a difference. So if I dissolve this in water, what I will get? I will get sulfate ions. If I dissolve in this in water, I will get chloride ions. The counter ion will go into the solution. Whatever is there in the complex will remain as it is, or which is there in the coordination sphere will not go into the solution, okay. So same way we have one more example here. You can see cobalt. Here also I have cobalt as the central metal atom, okay. I have 5 amine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amine. Here chlorido is acting as a ligand and bromine or bromide ion is acting as the counter ion, whereas in this structure bromido or bromide ion is acting as the ligand and chloride ion is acting as the counter ion. So once again, in this structure you see we have cobalt, 5 amine groups, 1 chlorido group which is acting as the ligand, and bromide is acting as the counter ion. Here we have bromide which is acting as the ligand and chloride which is acting as the counter ion. So if I dissolve this, I will get bromide ions in the solution. Here I will get chloride ions in the solution. So what is the difference here? When you dissolve, what are the ions which is going into the solution? They will differ, okay. For your exam point of view, when they ask you to write an example, you have to write both because you are comparing these 2 complexes, okay, and telling them in one we have sulfate which is going into the solution, and which we have, the other one we have chloride which is going into the solution, but both have same molecular formula. Or you can choose this example. You don't have to write the complete structure, you can just write the form of complex. Like this you can write. Just so much if you write it is enough. Whichever is easy for you all can remember. Okay. But what we have seen is you all tend to write only one complex and tell that's the example for ionization isomerism. You should not be doing that. For one example, you are comparing both the complexes and telling that when I dissolve one of the complex, bromide is going into the solution. If I dissolve this complex, chloride will go into the solution. Correct? So you have to write both, which will be your only one example. Okay? So you have to take care for this part. I hope you have understood about ionization isomerism. Next one we have coordination isomerism. So what is this? Coordination isomerism is a type of isomerism in which there is interchange of ligands between cationic and anionic entities of different metal ion present in the complex. To understand this, we'll see the example. You see, this is a cationic complex, this is anionic complex. Okay, this is my full one coordination compound. Here counter ion is not there. Okay, both the complexes, cation also is a complex, anion also is a complex. Okay, here if you see, cobalt is with NH3, 6 NH3, that is amine ligands, and here we have chromium with 6 cyanido ligands. Okay, whereas in the other one it is the same molecular formula, but you can see here chromium is there with NH3 ligands and here cobalt is there with cyanido ligands. Only there is an interchange of the ligands. Here cobalt is with amine, here you have chromium with amine, here you have chromium with cyanido, in the other examples you have cobalt with cyanido. Okay, even if you see the structural formula, here you can observe cobalt has got 6 amine. Okay, this is cationic, has got +3 charge. Here chromium has got 6 cyanido, it is anionic, it has got -3 charge. So this is one complex. Okay, in the second one you can observe here chromium is with 6 amine, which is acting as the cation. Okay, that is 3+ charge, and cobalt has got 6 cyanido, which is acting as an anion, which has got 3- charge. So this is the structure. Okay, so if you see the molecules are same, there is an interchange with the ligands in cationic and anionic entities. Okay, that is about coordination isomerism. Next one, solvate isomerism. Solvate isomerism is a type of isomerism in which complex compounds differ in number of water molecule acting as a ligand. Here what is the difference? The difference is in number of water molecule acting as a ligand. Because there is water molecule, it is also known as hydrate isomerism. It's also known as hydrate isomerism. Okay. You can see the example here. I have chromium with 6 water molecules as the ligand and 3 chloride ions which is acting as the counter ion, and the color is violet. Okay, I am comparing it with, see in the next complex I have 5 water molecule acting as a ligand, 1 chloride which was acting as a counter ion has come inside the complex to act as the ligand, and 1 water molecule has gone outside to act as water of hydration. What is it acting as? Water of hydration, and the color changed from violet to grey green, or we can also call it as bluish green. Okay, so here you see structure. If you see, chromium has got how many? 6 water molecules as a ligand, got 3+ charge, so it has got 3 Cl- acting as the counter ion. Okay, and the color is violet. Okay, next when you compare it, you see 1 one of them which was there as the counter ion has gone inside to act as the ligand. You have 5 water molecules acting as a ligand. Here how many you had? 6 water molecules. Here how many you have? 5 water molecules. One more ligand was chlorine, which was acting as a counter ion, has entered inside. So you have 2 chloride molecules acting as a ligand, and that one water which is removed acts as water of hydration. Here you can see the structure formula. Chromium H2O5 Cl Cl2, okay, dot H2O, one water molecule acting as water of hydration. Same way one more I can write complex. You can see here 2 water molecules have been substituted by 2 chloride ions. Okay, that means I have 1 chloride ion which is left outside acting as the counter ion, and I have 2 H2O molecules which is removed acting as water of hydration. Clear? And this color is green. Here if you see all the 3 structures, you have 1 chromium which is acting as a central metal ion, okay, then you have 6 H2O and 3 Cl minus ions. But how many water molecules are acting as a ligand, how many water molecules are acting as the water of hydration, there is a difference, which gives rise to solvate isomerism, which is also called as hydrate isomerism. I hope you have understood. Okay, when you write the example, at least minimum 2 structures or 2 complexes you are supposed to write. Okay, even if you don't mention the color, it is okay, but you have to write the complexes showing the number of water molecules which is acting as the ligand. Is it clear? Next one is stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism is mainly because of the spatial arrangement of the ligand. How is it? How the ligands are arranged around the central metal ion, that will give rise to stereoisomerism. Okay, in that first one we have geometric isomerism. In geometric isomerism, it's a phenomenon in which 2 complex compounds have same molecular formula, same chemical bonds, but differ in geometrical arrangement of ligands. They have same molecular formula, same type of chemical bonds also, but they differ in arrangement of the ligands. Okay, if the ligands are same kind of ligands are placed next to one another, we call it as cis form, and if it is placed opposite to one another, then we call it as trans form. So it is also called as cis trans isomers. What is it? Cis trans isomers. Okay, 2 forms, that is cis and trans forms, are possible. Then generally they are found with coordination number 4 and 6. So we have only some of the geometrical isomerism in our syllabus. So we'll just see what we have in the next slide. First, in square planar complex, here the coordination number is 4. For tetrahedral also the coordination number is 4, but tetrahedral will not show geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism is possible only in square planar, which is also having a coordination number 4. Okay, so here you can see complex with formula mx2l2, where x and l are monodentate ligand or unidentate ligand. That what do you mean by monodentate or unidentate ligand? They have only one donor atom. Okay, exhibit geometrical isomerism, that is cis isomer and trans isomer. Here we have an example. I'll directly explain with the structure. Platinum is bound to 2 amine ligands, okay, and 2 chlorido ligands. So you can see here, if the chlorido ligands are placed next to one another, okay, and amine is there next to one another, that form is called as cis form. Whereas if the chlorido ions are present or chlorido ligands are present opposite to one another, then we call it as trans form. So another one, NH3 also is opposite to one another. Okay, so if they are next to one another, close to one another, cis form. Opposite to one another, it is trans form. So this is the geometrical isomerism in square planar complexes. Okay, this particular question is very, very important, and the same example, they can just give you the complex and ask you all to write cis and transform for this complex. Okay, so it's a very important 2-mark question. Okay, several times it has been asked in the previous paper. Next one, in octahedral complexes. In octahedral complexes, what is the coordination number? It is 6. That means 6 coordination bonds are there. Octahedral complexes with 3 different types of formula exhibit geometrical isomerism, which they are. First one with mx2l4. What is it? mx2l4. Okay. Second type is mx2ll2. Now what do you mean by this? Okay, see, X is one type of a ligand which are 2 in number, okay, and L is another type of a ligand which are 4 in number. So total how much? 4 plus 2, 6, and all are monodentate ligands or unidentate ligands. Okay, the unidentate means they'll form one coordination bond. So 6 ligands can form 6 different coordination bonds. Okay, so this is one type of formula. The second type is mx2ll2. What do you mean by LL? LL2 means this is a bidentate ligand. That means one ligand can form 2 bonds. So bidentate, how many bidentate ligands I have? 2. Each one will form how many bonds? 2. So 2 2s are 4. 4 coordination bonds are given by this bidentate ligands. Another 2 is given by a monodentate ligand. Okay, so we'll see how we write the structure. Example for mx2l2 type. Okay, the complex we have CO NH34Cl2. X is chlorine, L is amine, NH3. Okay, so here if you see how many coordination bonds? 6 coordination bond, which is a structure, octahedral structure. Cobalt 1, 2, 3, 4. All the amines I have written randomly, but chloride is the one which you have to be very, very careful while writing. Chloride ligand or chlorido ligand are written next to one another. Okay, when they are written next to one another, we call that form as cis form. If the same chloride is written opposite to one another, then we write it as transform. I hope you understood. It is mainly the difference is shown by the one which is 2 in number, the ligand which is 2 in number, X2. If both the ligands of kind X, which are 2 in number, are written next to one another, then we write it as cis form. If it is written opposite to one another, then we write it as transform. First you fill them, the rest you write it as amine, NH3. Here also, first you write these 2, then the rest 4 you fill with amine. Okay, so this is cis and transform for which type of formula? mx2l4. If it is mx2ll2, okay, then example we have cobalt with Cl2 and En. En means ethane 1,2 diamine. What is it? Ethane 1,2 diamine. The structure, if you want me to write, it is CH2, CH2, NH2, NH2. Okay, where nitrogen is the donor atom. So each ligand can form how many bonds? 2 coordination bonds. So how have we written it? See here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 coordination bonds can be formed. Okay, chlorine is in 2 in number. That is the one which is very important to place for us. If both the chloride ions or chlorido ligands are written next to one another, and En, each ethane 1,2 diamine can form 2 coordination bonds. So 1, 2. I have shown 2 bonds. Correct? And here the second En, which can form 2 bonds. So if I write chlorido next to one another, then it is cis form. This is cis form. Okay. If I write chlorido opposite to one another, then it is transform. Is it clear? I hope you have understood. If I place chlorido ligands next to one another, then it is cis form. If I write opposite to one another, then it is transform. These are the two types of formula in octahedral complexes which shows cis form and transform isomerism. There is one more formula, okay, which is called as MA3B3 type for octahedral complexes. Again, here the coordination number is 6. You can see 3 plus 3 is 6. So 6 coordination bonds, and they are all monodentate ligands. Okay. Here, when you have this type of formula for your complex, they will show two types of isomerism, which is called as facial isomer and meridional isomer. Facial, short form FAC, meridional MER we write. Okay. Here you can see example, cobalt with 3 NH3 and 3 NO2 ligands. You have 3 amine ligands, 3 nitrito ligands. Okay. So we'll see how exactly they are placed using this structure. Cobalt is the central metal atom. I have 1, 2, 3 amines which is there next to one another, and we have 3 NO2 which we have written like this. Okay. If I have to write and show you all, see, this is cobalt. Okay. And you have this one plane in between. Okay. If this is cobalt in between, okay, and this is one plane, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 positions are there. Okay. So those 4 positions, I have one NH3, the other one also has NH3, and here I have NO2 and the other one has NO2. Okay, and the nitrogen is the donor, here also nitrogen, here also nitrogen. So that is in one plane. Okay, one bond is above, which is occupied by NO2, one bond below the plane, which is occupied by NH3, or either way you can write this as NH3 and NO2. Now if you join this, you see here 1, 2, you get this is one phase. Okay, and if I join this is the another phase. So you get it in opposite phase corners of each phase. So you can see here, if I just shade this, okay, this is the corner, 3 corners of one phase, this is the 3 corners of another phase. Same way we have written here. I can also join this and see. Okay, where again the opposite faces in the 3 corners you can find the 3 types of ligands. So if these 3 are present in the corners of one phase, in the opposite phase the other 3 kinds of ligand is there, we call it as facial isomer. We call it as facial isomer. Then what do you mean by meridional? Meridional means 3 types of ligands are present on the plane, same plane, meridian. Okay, you can see here NO2, 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 it's there in one plane. The remaining positions are given to NH3, or you can write the other way around also. You can write NH3, NH3, NH3 in one plane. The remaining 3 position you can give it to NO2. So if it is placed like this, we call it as meridional. We call it as meridional. So this is the type of geometrical isomerism in the formula Ma3B3 type of octahedral complexes where the coordination number is 6. So I hope you have understood. We have learnt in square planar we have simple, only cis and transform of only one type, okay, that is MX2 L2 type. Okay, whereas in octahedral complexes for 3 different types of formulas they will show geometrical isomerism. One is MX2 L4 type, next is MX2 LL2 type, and MA3B3 type, which here we call it as facial and meridional. Whereas for the other two type, we call it as cis form and trans form. Cis form, the similar kind of ligands are next to one another, and for trans form, the similar type of ligands are opposite to one another. I hope you have understood about the geometrical isomerism. Okay. Next we have optical isomerism. What do you mean by optical isomerism? It is a phenomena in which two complex compounds have same molecular formula, same chemical bond, but cannot be superimposed on one another. They are non-superimposable. They cannot be superimposed on one another. That means I cannot keep one over the other. Okay, when I keep like that, it will not be same. We have learnt about this in the first year, so I hope you have understood. Now they differ only in rotation of plane of polarized light. Okay, that is, this is unpolarized light. When it is passed through polarizing filter, all they will be in the same plane. Okay, polarizing light. Then it is passed through the tube containing the sample, whichever is your solution. Okay, sample is placed in this tube. You have passed the plane polarized light. Then you can see rotated plane polarized light. You can see it was in one angle. It has been rotated by angle theta. This is optical activity. Okay, if it rotates the plane polarized light to the right side, okay, we call it as dextrorotatory. And if it is rotating the plane polarized light to the left side, okay, we call it as levorotatory. Or we can also put it in other way. If the plane polarized light is rotated in clockwise direction, it is dextrorotatory. Anti-clockwise direction, then we call it as levorotatory. So we have two forms, dextro and levo. Okay, dextro we write small letter d, levo we write small letter l. Okay. So optical isomerism in coordination compounds, we have, it is very common in octahedral complexes involving didentate ligand or bidentate ligand. Bidentate ligand means they have two donor atoms. They can form two coordination bonds. Okay. Example, D and L isomer of COEN3, that is cobalt with ethane 1,2 diamine, three ligands of ethane 1,2 diamine. Okay, so here we have cobalt, we have 3En. How to write this? See, don't think this is a diagram. You have to write in the exam in the form of structure. So this is cobalt. I put 6 bonds like this. Okay, between 2 bonds I place En, join them. Between these two I put one more En and join them. Between these two I have one more En and join them. This whole thing has +3 charge. Okay, just put, don't have to put the full square bracket, just above you can put it in the form like this and just put 3+ charge. So this is dextrorotatory. Its mirror image, if I write, that will be levorotatory. Okay, you can see mirror image here, it comes closer, so it is En, and the one which is far here En. Okay, it's same 3+. So if this is dextrorotatory, its mirror image will be levorotatory. And if you see, observe this, if I place one complex over the other, they are non-superimposable. You cannot superimpose, they are not same. Okay, they are non-superimposable. So this is one of the examples for dextrorotatory and levorotatory compound in octahedral complexes. You may ask me, ma'am, in square planar complexes, do they show optical activity? Yes, cis forms can show optical activity. Okay, but trans forms usually do not show optical activity. Only cis forms can show optical activity. So I hope you have understood about optical isomerism. Next class, we learn about Werner's theory and valence bond theory. Okay. Thank you, my dear children. Stay tuned, stay focused.